Hi, my name is Roy and I've been collecting Vietnam War collectibles for the past 36 years. As you can see here on this video that I'm recording, there's a whole range of personal effects that I've just decided to make a channel out of. And this is an old stereo radio cassette from the 1960s. It's a Sanyo, and this is Budweiser beer case. And cans. The case is dated 1972, and a Sea Rations combat meal dated 1969. Down here you'll see the cabinet full of Australian and American gear. I'll go through it slowly. The Jack Daniels is American, the Foster's Lager is Australian, and the VB Bitter is Australian as well too. Both 13 fluid ounce cans, and they both got the ring pulls. As you can see in the front here, you got the small foot powder tin is American, and the larger one is Australian, and that's a camouflage face paint stick, American issue. In the corner here, you've got a Camelus Camelus 1972 dated survival knife, and you can see it's well used. There's a torch in there, MX991/U torch. Pipe, American soldier used. Vintage Tabasco bottle. And as you can see in the background, there's a Winston radio, small radio. Winston advertised all sorts of things during the Vietnam War, but that's one of the radios that they have there. And you can see a watch in the background. And that's an old Castlemaine 4X beer can, flat top beer can, used during the Vietnam War. Skillcraft pens, US issue. Heating tablets. Down here you've got a used brand new wallet, discontinued model, and a Yoshika 1969 dated camera, 35mm camera. And you got nugget boot polish, the Australians used, made in New Zealand, and that's I think that's pound cake there, and a sea rat spoon. The red and white containers are prophylactics condoms that they used during the Vietnam War, the Americans and the Australians, and that's a 1970 vintage yo-yo. And there's a Nixon badge and an old pen out of the box. That's cologne in the green bottle. That's cologne, Australian issue. Colgate American issue. Soap American issue. And South Vietnamese empty cigarette packets. Armed Forces Vietnam badge in the background. We'll go down here and have a look. There's a vintage box of Cracker Jacks, and that card in the front of it is a 1969 dated golf card used by the Australians in Vung Tau during the Vietnam War period. The 4X beer coaster, that's 1969 vintage too. And you see Colgate leather for shaving, Frosty beer can, root beer, soft drink can, and their earlier style prophylactics, the one in the steel can, Ultra Platinum. Sorry if I'm a bit shaky, people. Not used to filming for the first time. Vintage Coca-Cola bottle and a Waltham clock. We'll go around the front in a minute. And there's an Australian issue envelope down there, and a lottery ticket from the 1960s underneath the white and blue and red envelope just there. There's a comb, shaver, soldier's portable mirror, pipe, another pipe, vintage pipe, and that's an Australian notebook, the one on the left there standing up. Vietnamese money, Australian money, and American money. And that pipe there is a marijuana pipe they used during the Vietnam War, made out of bamboo and a brass 45 cartridge. Soldiers used them for recreational use. Alright, we'll get up here now, go and have a look around the front. Look around to the side. There's a close-up of the Skillcraft American pens. Oh yeah, we'll go up here. There's vintage 1960s hippie sunglasses. Playing cards. Prisoner of War bracelet. 1966 dated. Bicycle brand playing cards. Songkar bar. That's probably where the soldiers had a bath. Somewhere to eat and drink during the Vietnam War. Cool cigarettes from the 1960s. And that's an original 1st Cavalry Division lighter. There's not many original lighters left anymore. I don't even touch eBay. That come from the original veteran many years ago. And up here you got an early model radio cassette player that I mentioned earlier on it, Sanyo. That's the front view of it. 1960s there. You got a small transistor radio made by General Electric. And here's the front of the back. It's the front of the package for the sea ration box. And that's the case and the carton of Budweiser beer cans. It's missing one can of beer. But they're all been opened. They're old. Come down here. 26.5 fluid ounce Coca-Cola bottle. 26 fluid ounce Fanta bottle. That was orange soft drink that they used, the Australians drank back in the 1960s. An old 6.5 fluid ounce Coca-Cola bottle. And that's a whistle. And that's a peace symbol. The gold one in the middle. 1960s. And a war symbol from the 1960s. And that's an early Coca-Cola can, Australian issue, 13 fluid ounces, and Lead lemonade. That was big during the 1960s. Australians drank that during the 1960s. Lead lemonade. It was a lemonade soft drink. Made of sweet lemon. Now we go down a bit more. An Actau doll. Oil bottle. Schlitz beer can, Miller. And you've got toothpaste, powdered toothpaste, Colgate powdered toothpaste. Soldiers used that too during the Vietnam War, early stages of the Vietnam War. Go down here, have a bit more of a look. That badge in the background on top of the Marlboro is used by the Black Panther movement during the 1960s. Newport cigarettes, Philip Morris. Another cigarette lighter, plain one. 18 karat gold ring. On a set of sea ration matchbooks. Vintage Ray-Ban sunglasses. Camera case, 35mm. We'll try and get a close-up of this too. That's a USO lighter made by Penguin during the Vietnam War. And you've got a toy koala bear that was given to soldiers' sweethearts and carried as a good luck charm during the Vietnam War. That was given to all Australians, well, most Australians anyway, travelling back to Vietnam during the Vietnam War. And we got down here, what do we got down here? A Dr. Pepper can, American made during the Vietnam War. I support veterans against the war. That's a badge that they wore. And that's a postcard, Vietnam War postcard. Another razor blades, private purchase. And this is the front view of the mirror. Shaving mirror. And that's spectacle sunglasses that they wore. American military issue, birth control glasses they're called actually. And there's Australian money. That was the highest note they had back in the Vietnam War, the $20 Australian note. Then you got the $10 note, $5 note, $2 note, and $1 note. There's a close-up of the peace pipe, the marijuana pipe, the 45 cal brass case onto the back of the bamboo and on top of the Marlboro packet. There's shaving brushes, an Ace of Spades death card, water purification tablets, and there's a photo of some of the soldiers on a PBR boat during the Vietnam War, and underneath that is another Vietnamese postcard from the Vietnam War. Sorry if I'm a bit shaky, peoples. I'm not very good at taking camera footage. But this is going to be the first in a series of all my collection that's going to be on display on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the video. I also thought it's about time that somebody else put something new up on YouTube to do with Vietnam War collectibles, because I feel very strongly about it. It's a war that should have never happened, but it did happen. Yeah, so anyway, before I go, that's Australian Military Forces Handbook. That one there, the green one there. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. The clip. You see that hippie strap? That's to the back of the camera for the 35mm Yashica camera, 1960s. Yeah. So I'll go back a bit and I'll show you the overall view of everything. As you can see, it's taken many years to get to this stage just to collect personal effects, because a lot of it was thrown out and disregarded. Once drank, used or smoked, they never bothered to keep any of this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the clip. Okay, take care. Bye, YouTubers.